The 2016 Holiday Hoopsgiving broadcasts are sponsored by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain, great acts are made up of small deeds. Nike, just do it. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for basketball training. And Audi, advancement through technology.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
And we welcome you into Holiday Hoopsgiving here at Holy Innocents High School. We have a good one here as we begin the late afternoon and evening session. It is the Newton Rams taking on the Liberty County Panthers. I'm Joel Hillsman, joined by Jonathan Hemingway. And we've got Sly Williams with us. And Coach Hemmy, this Liberty County team defending 4A state champs. They light it up with Davion Mitchell, a senior at 6'2", that can go.
Mitchell, one of the best in the country, on the wing, great size, great athlete. Bruce Pearl in the building here tonight to check out his future guard 2017 prospect. Excited to watch this one here tonight.
Newton in the white has won the tip. They're moving right to left with that blue trim, and that's Ashton Hagans, who we'll talk about there between the rings. Swings it over now to Note. Note, a long three, no good. Rebound ripped up high by Davion Mitchell of Liberty County. Now they fight for it in the backcourt. Spinning in the lane, layup good off the window. Isaiah Miller with the first two of the game.
Miller, a superb athlete, transferred in from East Side. He's been on our radar for some time. You're going to see a lot of Isaiah Miller here tonight.
As a tip and a steal, Newton going to push it this way, going to go all the way as Hagans. Nice, strong power move. You know, Hemmy, a lot of people are talking about the Westbrooks and the Green Forest and the Wheelers. This Newton squad, sneaky good, and they could sneak back in. Remember, they were only a couple of possessions away last season.
You're right. This trio of guards, Hagans, we mentioned Miller, and also the Jacksonville commit, signee, I should say, three of the best guards in the nation, and you're right, could be one of the best in the state.
Hagans pulls the three, got fouled, no good. Rebound comes down to Tyrell Freeman, a 6'2" senior. He dumps it off now. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell goes to the right, and they swing it back up to the top. Will Richardson. Richardson, stop. The lefty floats it in good. Will Richardson breaks the seal for Liberty County. He came off in the semifinals very quiet, but then opened up in the state championship game against a game Jonesboro. UGA got offers, gave him an offer after that. Just a junior now this year. They swing it around. Here's Newton County, the Rams.
You know, that was a big shocker for those kids down in Jonesboro, down in Clayton County. You know, they were defending state champions, and they thought, hey, we're going to go ahead and march right back through this thing. But Liberty County said, hey, we'll have none of that. We'll have none of that.
A turnover by Newton County, and here comes Liberty County into the forecourt. Richardson with a high dribble. The southpaw now will come and get the screen by Tyler Thomas. Works it around and now going to drive. Here's Haggerty. Haggerty stopped to the free throw line. A jump by Thomas, no good. They chase it down. Good job by Haggerty. Gives it down. Here comes Richardson down the lane. Scooping left hand layup, no. Tip offensive rebound, no. And Newton is going to try to come out with it. It's on the floor. Pick it up. Here they come. Here comes Miller. Oh, Note tried to go off. They were going to try and get with it. If you notice, Hemmy, the one thing, the issue that could be for Liberty County, I almost said Liberty City, thinking about Grand Theft Auto. Liberty County is going to be the size. They don't have a lot of size. The highest listed player is at 6'4", Tyler Thomas, number 25 in black.
I think if I'm Liberty County, I'm actually more concerned about the guard play from Newton. You know, Hagans, Note, looks like we got a turnover here, and Miller. There's just so much scoring there. How are you going to be able to match up with that? How are you going to keep these kids out of the lane and, more importantly, out of transition, as we've seen even early on?
Here goes Mitchell down the baseline. Took the body up and a foul. Foul called on Josh Tukes, the 6'6" senior for Newton County.
You know, that's what I love about this kid, man. He's just so explosive. The way he attacks the basket. Davion Mitchell, he just attacks the basket like a man possessed, man. Ooh.
Agreed, Sly. Had a chance to watch him with the Georgia Stars this summer on the EYBL circuit. One of the best in the nation, top 50 consensus player. And you saw it right there, his liftoff there, his ability to hang in the air, take the contact. Exciting matchup here tonight.
Didn't run down the starting lineups. Mitchell had both of them. It is Javante Haggerty, a senior, number 2 for Liberty County. Davion Mitchell, number 5. Tyrell Freeman, number 10. And then number 23, Tyler Thomas, the 5 on the floor for Liberty County. Shot is no good. Rebound will come down to Freeman now, who gets it up to Mitchell. Stop, pop, wing 3, good. Dropped it in. Just sweet cash money on a transition 3 for Davion Mitchell.
And look at Bruce Pearl over there smiling.
Here goes Hagens. Hagens now going to dump it down low. There's Tukes. Tukes up in a 5. Will Richardson, the other starter for Liberty County. For Newton, it will be J.D. Note, the 6'3 senior, going to Jacksonville at number 1. It'll be Isaiah Miller, number 5. Ashton Hagens, 0. Darvin Jones, number 15, a 6-foot senior. And Josh Tukes, a senior, 6'7", number 32. And he completes the first free throw. 5:13 to go, first quarter. The southpaw goes through his routine. Front iron, no. Rebound swiped out of the air by Richardson, and now here comes Liberty County with a 2-point lead. Almost 3 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. And the gym is absolutely packed, and the atmosphere is great. Around the screen, Richardson a 3, in and out, no. Rebound, tip, fight, out of bounds, and it will stay with Liberty County. Coach Rick Rasmussen kind of upset right there with this. Roy is now the center referee. Long inbound pass back out now. Here's Hagray. Hagray between the rings and on the beautiful Hoopsgiving logo. Fake the screen to the left. Now got stuck on the block, looks, and he's going to get hit with a traveler.
You got stuck. That's one of those plays where you had in your mind you were going to do one thing, but the defense said, "No, you're not going to do that." Uh-oh. Ball got onto the floor.
Hey, Josh, NC5.
We have a officiating crew that is paying attention to mice. Every little detail here. And I think they know that the gym is absolutely packed. You want to see this. Here comes Hagens. Hagens to the right between the legs. On a stop, pick up the dribble, dump it down low inside to Miller. Miller up off the window, good. Isaiah Miller with his second field goal.
Nice hard pound on the inside. You know, got his body in between the defender and laid it up 2 hands off the glass.
It's a big, big weekend and a big Friday for Liberty County. The football team is at home in the quarterfinals of the 3A state football playoff. So all you guys down there in Liberty County, we got you covered right here on SUVtv. And that is an offensive rebound and putback. Tyrell Freeman has got the glass covered.
Big rebound put back there for Liberty County. If you've noticed a trend, they're shooting a lot of jumpers right now. It's going to be important for them to get plenty of second chance opportunities if they want to keep this close early.
Hagens on the high screen, goes down low to Tukes. He was fouled. Javante Hagray, 5'10" and a senior. He picks up his first and the team's second.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned the football game. They have the football team playing a game tonight. Kind of makes you wonder, where, because Liberty County just doesn't have any size. When I see size, they don't have the height or the width. So it makes you wonder if they may snag 1 or 2 of those football players off once that season is over with.
Well, talking to Coach Stokes, he's pretty much got his roster set. The only football player that would be in question is Richard LeCount, who played on this team last year. Don't know if he's going to leave and go to school early at the University of Georgia for football. If he does not, then he will join the team after football season, but that has yet to be determined. But outside of that, there would not be, at this time, talking to Coach Stokes, any additions off the football team that we know of or that he's ready to make public at least anyway. There's Mitchell. Mitchell's going to pull from the left wing. Good. Another 3-ball. Davion Mitchell, his second 3 of the day. 3.5 to go. Quickly back and 1. Attacking the hoop. The Newton Rams and Ashton Hagens, a sophomore at 6'4".
Hagens recently visited by Florida State. They were at a game most recently. Hagens, probably a top 25 prospect in the class of 2019, just a sophomore. Already very well established, offers from all over the country, and you're seeing firsthand the reason why.
Hagens coming in there. This is the 3rd game of the year for Newton. Through the first 2 games, he's putting up 14.5 points. And shot the passing lane and steal by Note. Note on the break. Easy lap, good. His first 2 of the game. J.D. Note. Averaging 29 a game in the early season. Richardson stepped Fade with the left hand, no good. Fight for the rebound. They're going to come away with it now. Here's Miller. Miller now in the middle of the floor in transition for the Rams. Off to Note. Note fouled attacking the hoop. You can tell Newton likes to get up and down the floor, and they are not afraid of the contact, Hemi.
You stole the thought right out of my mind there, Joel. And there's a distinct difference here, whether that's planned or not. But every time Newton gets a defensive rebound or they get a steal, they are looking to attack immediately. Liberty County, maybe a little bit more deliberate. They're looking to run their offense, but definitely not the tempo that Newton is bringing right now.
And Sly brought up football players, and that made me mention LeCount. When they had LeCount last year, they did get up and race a little bit more because he filled the lanes very well. Not having that right now, and another long three right there by Mitchell. He was bothered defensively by Miller. Here comes Higgins. Higgins is turning on the hoop all the way just up and down the floor. Ashton Higgins, another hoop. And now it's a 5-point Newton lead, and they kind of feel like they've gotten their legs a little bit. Under 2.5 to go. Richardson now will bring it. He'll get the screen. Nick Roberts, a 6'3 junior, is in. He looked like he might be 6'4. But that's the size thing. Higgins tipped the ball with his left hand right there in front of the median press row, out of bounds. And so Liberty County now will continue to go to the bench. Coming in will be Derek Smoke, a senior, 5'10".
Higgins is so active on both ends.
Yeah. Yes.
Had a chance to watch him at the Nike Elite 100 camp up in St. Louis back this past June. Him and Cole Anthony, you'll want to know that name here in a few years for sure.
I know all about Cole, man.
Yes,
the
sir.
CP3 Rising Stars camp. Good gracious.
Those two went head to head, and it was just back and forth, and you can see why Higgins is just so explosive. Him and Mitchell going at it here tonight. It's exciting already.
Yeah, if you go and pull up some of the SUVtv archives, you check out that CP3 camp and Cole Anthony. Yes, sir. He is definitely a baller.
Son of Greg Anthony. Will Richardson at the free throw line. The junior 6'4" connects on his first free throw. That breaks that Newton run at 17-13. Newton in the lead.
I remember watching Richardson on television in that championship game last year and came away really impressed. He was an unknown really coming into the game. Walks away with the UGA offer and been hearing good things, about him ever since. This is a big stage for him, good opportunity for him here tonight.
Now a zone defense, 3-2 coming out from the Panthers of Liberty County. Higgins puts it in the middle to Miller. Miller dumped it down. Good thought right there. You can tell the IQ of them adjusting on that possession with that defense, Hemi.
Yeah, good point. It was a good look right there by Miller. And what I like about these Newton guards is they're not just specifically perimeter oriented. They're willing to mix it up on the interior, get to the high post and finish.
Long three off, no good by Smoke. Here comes Newton in transition with Higgins. Higgins skipped to Malou, going to go down the lane, took the contact, and a foul. And this is going to be a problem for Liberty County. You can see it, Nick Roberts just in with this foul. That'll be the team's fifth, his first. But Ashton Higgins will be going to the free throw line. He is already 1 of 1 on the day.
Sly, how do you defend that? I mean, he is just so fast.
When you got a fast guy like that, what I like to believe you cut him off before he gets the ball. That's the only way you can stop a guy like that. Because once he gets in the open court and he lowers that head, it's not too many people who's going to be able to step with him and stay with him as he attacks the basket. And the thing is, he's only in the 10th grade. He doesn't know he's not supposed to be this good. He doesn't know that yet. He's too dumb to know that. He's too young and dumb to know that.
Well, I think he knows.
Free throw is good. He's already up to 9 points, leading Newton already, and Newton has a 5-point lead as we are coming up on 80 seconds. Mitchell going to hesitate, go right down the lane, got fouled. Note was not there. Looks like if Mitchell's going to continue to drive like that, Newton help side defense from Note, going to make him earn him. He's going to the free throw line now where he's 2 of 2 on the day.
Talk about the job that Coach Bruce Pearl has done in Auburn.
What?
I mean, 5-star Mustafa Heron coming in, immediately contributing. Here's another name for you from the Atlanta Express, Danielle Purifoy. And, of course, Jared Harper, logging lots of minutes at the point guard position. Now he brings in Mitchell. Boy, I'm telling you, and what the job that Avery Johnson is doing at Alabama, SEC is on the come-up in basketball.
And the thing about it, I was looking on ProspectNations.com and looking at some stuff, and I kept seeing Auburn. And I said to myself, oh, my goodness, Auburn is really doing it. There's Nick Roberts being at the right place at the right time. 19-16. And, yeah, Alabama, and we'll get to see him later on tonight, getting Colin Sexton. That was a find right there to get him over Kansas.
Right. And John Petty, too. I mean, you're talking about two top 25 prospects. And look at this. More guard offensive rebounding for Newton.
Don't even know who they gave it to. He was going to go to Miller or Higgins.
But you know what? That's one of the things I love about having a former NBA head coach coming to the college ranks. And a former NBA head coach coming to the college ranks. You know, now you have all these kids who have these bright eyes about going to the NBA after 1 year. Well, if you got a guy like Avery Johnson who's been there, who's won there, you know, you say, hey, come and play for me. I can show you how to get to the league.
It's a trending type wheel of the coaching carousel in the NBA, which now, if a coach really wants some validity, will stay down in the college ranks with that NBA experience. Nick Roberts, another easy layup off the glass. It's 21-18. Here's Higgins with 2 seconds. Dumped it off. There's a long three at the horn. Did not get the roll. At the end of the first quarter, the Newton County Rams 21, the Liberty City Panthers 18. This is Holiday Hoopsgiving on SUVtv. Welcome you back into Holy Innocents High School Holiday Hoopsgiving. Will Richardson pulls a deep three. No good. Rebound will come ripped down to J.D. Note. And now here comes Higgins. Higgins, nice backdoor pass. Layup, good. Isaiah Miller on the back door. Miller with his third field goal.
I think that has to be at least the third or fourth bucket the Millers had, all point blank range. And, you know, with Higgins, you know, controlling the ball out front, it's important for him to continue to get those easy layups.
You know what I would like to call that, Hemi? Points in the restricted area. Richardson up. No, could not get the and one, the foul on the shot. He'll get 2 free throws. Let's see. It is on Isaiah Miller.
But you know what? You're exactly right, though, when you say points in the restricted area. No team should be able to get to the basket that easily and that close to the basket and just put up baskets and put up easy point-blank shots like that. If you want to win this thing, that's something you got to stop.
Yeah, interior defense has definitely got to be a point of emphasis at halftime. Here's Will Richardson. It's Will, right? At the line. Was really impressed with his ball screen offense there to end the first quarter. Real smooth, little hesitation, set up the dish and the assist, and then comes right back with 2 free throws.
He's actually showing a little steady hand. Isaiah Miller, a long 3 ball off the left wing, his first 3 of the game.
You know, I think
actually Jones
number 15, not 5, got it. There's a long jumper, no good by Haggerty, and now here comes Newton out running. Ashton going to stop it, bounce it off to Miller with a slam dunk. He blew it. Rebound, no, offensively, back up, and a foul, Note. Despite the missed dunk, still, we talked about it on the offensive glass, guard rebounding from this Newton squad.
Second effort, second chance points, playing real big, but boy, you see the athleticism of Miller. Remember that firsthand very vividly at the On the Radar Hoops Fall Showcase back in September. Miller had the whole gym standing up, saluting with some of the dunks that he was given. He's not that big. You don't expect that from a 6'1" guy, but boy, he's got some springs.
Note missed both free throws, and you see Mitchell and Miller going at it. And it will go over to Liberty County. Liberty County coming in 2-0 with a victory over a very good Jenkins team and then defeated Bradswell Institute. They entered the contest averaging 101.5 points per game, giving up 77.5. We'll see. They're 80 away from the average. Here's Mitchell driving, takes the contact up. They didn't get the call. Hagen's going to outlet it long. Here's Miller. Richardson's back layup, easy good. And maybe right there, Richardson did good by not giving the foul on the break. Richardson now has it between the rings, 6:20 to go, trailing by 8. Newton County an 8-point lead. Richardson multiple dribbling now, going to Euro step to the hole, take it away, jump ball.
And, you know, maybe to me that's just a little bit too much ball handling out front. True, I like it. He can dribble. We all like that. We all can see that. But sometimes you got to set up that offense and just get rid of the ball.
I agree, Sly, but I think you also got to give a lot of credit to the Newton defense right there. Great help, and they're very aggressive. Coach Rasmussen has done a terrific job with these guys, really accentuating their strengths with their quickness and their athleticism.
Inside-out game didn't go as Harris tried to pop it out to Miller. 3 ball is no good. Richardson now gets it up to Mitchell. Mitchell quickly into the fourth court. Dumps it off now, leaning in. He couldn't get the shot up. Was Thomas. Knocked away. Here comes Hagens, using his body to shield the defender in transition. Off the Miller, dunked it home.
There we go. You get it with 2 hands. When you have problems doing it with 1, you might as well go ahead and get it with 2.
I like the pass set up by Ashton Hagens and how he did it in the break. It's a timeout call by Liberty County, a full timeout, as Newton has a 30-20 lead with 5.5 to go. We'll keep it right here through the break. So, Sly, you mentioned dunking it with 2 hands, but still, I think there, the way Hagens led the break, used his body to shield off Haggerty, and then made the sound pass, that led to the better finish.
And when he did that move, that basketball IQ of a move, that gives me problems believing that this kid is just a sophomore. You know, because that's a thinking man's move right there. You know, you don't want to go down too fast before your team can. Before your wingman can set up the fast break. So what do? You shield the defender with your body. Hey man, that's not a 15-year-old move right there.
Kimmy, what is Coach Stokes talking about in this timeout down 10 for Liberty County?
Well, I think what Sly mentioned just a moment ago, you know, get off the dribble, let's get some ball movement. Let's try to get something other than just jump shots right now, but I think it also goes back to transition defense. You know, they're getting one shot and out. Newton starting the break, quick outletting, and really this was like a 2-4-point game, and then, you know, quickly a couple of dunks, some free throws, and now we got a 10-point lead for Newton.
And we're talking about it, Newton dominating the game in transition, dominating the game below the 3-point line. They've only made 3, but they're getting everything free throw line and below.
You're right. See what Coach Rasmussen's got here defensively. It looks like a little matchup zone here.
Liberty now out of the timeout. I like to say, kickball. I like to say out of timeout. I think they're officially going to start calling after timeout. But when you take a timeout down 10 and you're going offense, you want a hoop out of the timeout.
Yes.
So true. And what I like, and this just goes to show you coach's IQ right here, switching up the defense just a little bit. You know, if you've been in man, go zone. If you're in zone, go man. You know, that way whatever play, you know, the other coach is drawn up, and it kind of keeps you out of rhythm.
Haggerty drove and missed it, and there's a foul and a call on Tyrell Freeman. Fouls adding up now as Newton now is in the 1-1 for the remainder of the period, or they're in the bonus, and will be shooting free throws the remainder of the period. 5:11 to go in a 10-point lead. At the free throw line will be Armani Harris, a sophomore at 6'5".
You know, one thing I like to watch when you watch some of these high-profile games, you see all of the ball is life and all of the people, hoop-scene people underneath the baskets with their cameras. And so that's where you can tell, you know, what side of the court your all-star player is playing on.
Yep.
But it looks like they're on the wrong side of the court. They need to be down there on Newton's side of the court.
All right, now here's Richardson between the rings. Gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell slipped just a little bit. Hagens has picked him up. Here comes a screen. Nothing doing, and you are absolutely right, Hemi, about the defense. Going 2-3. They were collapsing out well. Richardson a 3. Good. They needed that one. Needed a hoop right there. Had to go reaching from beyond the arc, but they had to get it. It's 30-23.
The difference with that jumper is it went inside out. You got middle penetration to the lane and then kicked it.
Another long 3, no good. Offensive rebound put back by Note. They are killing them on the glass.
I wish we had a shark chart to just show where all your baskets are coming from Newton. You don't even need it. It would just be one big blob underneath the basket.
Mitchell gets the screen. Hagans is going to stay with him and reached out on him. Hagans with good size and good tone in those legs. I'm just watching it real close. There's a long three. No good. Rebound. Haggerty stepped on the line. The physique of the young sophomore, he continues to stay in the weight room, man. That's going to be a beast of an athlete right there.
Oh, yeah. We're looking at something because you never –
look at it.
Yeah, you know, what they say, big paws on a puppy? You know,
Yeah.
he's going to get there. And the kid, he's not a little – you know, most sophomores, they're still a little beanballs. But, you know, he has a little bit of definition to him. And you never know. He might grow 2 or 3 more inches for us all over.
That's true.
Hagan's going to step into that top side three, bottomed it out.
If he can hit that, we're going to have problems
Yes,
for
sir.
the next couple of years.
You know, he's different. He's different, but he reminds me in ways of Kobe Simmons.
Yeah, okay.
You know, a little bit. I think Hagans is, you know, maybe a couple inches shorter. You know, definitely the type of athlete. But the same type of things. You know, if Kobe can really, you know, get that jumper going, you'll see Hagans one more time right here. He just becomes impossible to defend.
He just walked into another 3 ball. Again, in transition. The lead now balloons to 15 for Newton. And you can kind of feel it right now. Newton is in seizing control and going to try and put their foot on the gas. And Liberty might not have enough to answer with him at the moment. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell wants some help. Now defensively gets the screen. Now good switch out by Miller. Here's Richardson. Richardson between the legs. Now he dumps it in the middle. Free throw line jumper. Back iron. No good. Rebound. No take. Out to Hagans on the break. Hagans slam dunk.
8 quick points, just like that.
I'm going to say this right now, guys, and this is not any form of excuse making. Get it out of here. Get that shot out of here. A block shot by Armani Harris. This is a game, and it cannot happen. This is a game where they need Richard LeCount.
There you go.
They need that. They need that third player that's going to get out there and burn and race and compete with them. Mitchell and Richardson are looking at each other, and they need that third cog to balance what Newton has right now.
No question.
Richardson scooping up and underscore.
Richardson's putting together a heck of a game, by the way. Even though they're down 15, this kid's showing me something.
He's still poised, though, despite being down 15. Hagans attack, layup off the glass. He missed it, tipped it back up. No, they tip, fight for it, back tap, and now here comes Liberty County running with Freeman. Freeman now in the front court, lost it. Up ahead, look at the unselfishness. And
A little showtime.
There's the alley, and there's the oop. Isaiah Miller threw it down. Off of the Note assist, and I'll give Ashton Hagans the hockey assist. The crowd roars at that dunk right there. 42-25. There's a deep three. Good out of the corner. That may silence him just a little bit. Joante Hagray with his first field goal.
What I love about this Newton group right here, obviously they're great on offense and they're great in transition.
Hagans a three.
Kaboom,
kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. He's just hit 3 of them.
You gotta be kidding me.
All of this starts on the defensive end. You can hear the bench over here. They truly get excited to defend.
Harris drives off, no good. Rebound now to Roberts. Roberts kicks it back. Mitchell, top side 3. It's off to the right. No. Rebound ripped down by Note. Hagans will slow it down a little bit. 1 minute to go, second quarter.
He's shooting this one.
No, he's got that screen roll action going down there. There's Harris. Traveling violation.
But you know what, Joel and Hemi? I haven't seen Liberty County run one play yet. They'll set up, it looks like Newton's running a 2-3 zone or a 3-2 zone, and Liberty County, all they're doing is bringing their big man out, the one, whoever's at the free throw line, and let them try to set a pick on one of those wing zone men. But they haven't ran one play yet.
Sly, we had this happen the other day. I hate to say this. Liberty County should be assessed a technical foul. 33 is checked into the game, not in the book. Long 3, bang, good by Hagray.
Unless it was a late addition after.
I checked it right before tip. So the refs did not catch that.
Well, the official book will eventually catch it.
Yeah, they will.
As soon as he scores. If he doesn't score, he might slide
or get a foul, right?
Yeah, or get a foul.
That's the way it works sometimes.
Here's Miller. Miller working it with 18 seconds, 45-31. Just to go back quickly, Hemi, what you said about the defense. That's why I don't understand why a lot of people don't like to play defense. Defense can turn into offense very easy as Miller drives with the layup. Quickly up ahead, a long three ball, tip no good, rebound by Note, and we are at the end of the first half. A first half in which the Newton Rams, well, they gave the Panthers a little bit of everything they wanted. At the half, it is Newton 47, Liberty 31. You're watching Holiday Hoopsgiving on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
The 2016 Holiday Hoopsgiving broadcast are sponsored by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain, great acts are made up of small deeds. Nike, just do it. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for basketball training. And Audi, advancement through technology.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do. But here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game. When it's tight, when everything is going well, you hit shots, but it gets to a certain point, which the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball. Say for everybody.
Powered by AssistantBasketballCoach.com.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to get out of your neighborhood. You're not supposed to believe you can do it. Yeah, you were told you were going to be one of the greats. They told so many others the same thing. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to pass the ball so much. Or play like a giant. No matter what. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to play 40 minutes and make up 40 feet and make a defensive play defining moment in your career. You're not even supposed to be here. And yet, here you are.
Start doing.
You got some feedback. No, I'm muted. I'm muted, but I got feedback. Joe Hilsman back here with you at Holiday Hoopsgiving. We are at the half. It is the Newton Rams with a 47-31 lead over Liberty County. All right, let's check in now with Danielle Jackson. Danielle, what do you have for us at the half?
And guys, I caught up with both coaches at the half, and Newton County coach said that he thought his team did a really good job of getting out in the open break and getting easy shots that way. He said what they need to do is do a better job of getting out on shooters and keeping their hands in the passing lane because they did a good job of that. And Liberty County coach said that they just need to do a better job defensively and get back each time. They weren't getting back on any of the fast breaks, and that's just what they need to get back on. So back to you guys.
All right, appreciate that, and that's something, Sly, that we had talked about. Newton really getting out and running in transition, and now Danielle telling us that Coach Stokes wanting to see them get back and try and get that transition slowed down for Newton.
Yeah, if they want to have any hope at all in this game, they have to slow down Newton in the open court. Because, I mean, this young sophomore, Mr. Austin Haggins, he has been a wrecking ball, just up and down the court, getting easy layups. And then you got Isaiah Miller. Isaiah Miller just scoring all type of garbage baskets right around the basket. Woo, we're ready to go.
All right, Hemi, you're back with us, and you got that stat sheet in your hand. I took a look at it. What stands out to you as we begin the second half?
Well, it really comes down to 2-point field goals. Newton, 18 of 29 from inside the arc. Liberty County just 10 of 32. You know, so that right there tells you that Newton is getting very high percentage looks around the bucket. You know, three-pointers both ways, 5 of 15 from Liberty County, 4 of 11 for Newton. That's pretty much a wash. And the free throws are a wash too. So exactly what we were talking about, transition and those easy buckets right around the rim.
And Mitchell gonna drive, got it blocked from behind. Isaiah Miller, here they come out running again. He's got Note with him. He corralled it and threw up the layup, no good. Mitchell's got it. How about turnovers, Hemi? What's the turnover story?
We got 7 for Liberty County and 5 for Newton. So, like I said,
it's the 2-point field goal.
It's all about those easy buckets. And honestly, only 4 offensive rebounds for Newton and 7 for Liberty County. So they've actually gotten more offensive rebounds. But, you know, in all, you know, Note and Hagens and all of those guys, you know, finishing those 2-footers makes all the difference.
Richardson with the spin, flipped it up, no good. Got his own rebound, put it up, no. Back tap, and now here comes Miller running out for the Rams again. Miller all the way, layup front of the rim, no. Rebound is going to come down to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell fouled in the back.
You know, what I like when I sit here and look at Liberty County, you know, they're doing a lot of things not right, but one thing I do right, William Richardson, when you look at him, he doesn't just look like he can drop 30 on you at any minute. But I mean, he's just so silky smooth to me. I like his game, but I think they just need to run more offense.
Long three is no good. Sly, I think that attributes to the point. Like I said, I got to see him in the semifinals. Oh, Will Richardson just took that foul. He really can't afford to take the fouls like that, even though he's got an injured Tyrell Freeman. But in the semifinals, I went back and looked in my book. He had only 8 points in that semifinal game. And he was just kind of that third cog because it was Mitchell and LeCount who came out firing. Really, it was LeCount, and then Mitchell just kind of finished the slack. But then in the championship game, and I'm not taking anything away from Grady, Liberty County boat raced Grady.
Yeah.
But in the championship game against a tougher opponent, he really stepped up. So that silky smoothness, what you're seeing, I bring up Richard LeCount again. He's not here, so now Will Richardson is kind of taking that place for him. But as I mentioned earlier, I still think they need him, and I'm just using that because he's still physically in the school against this athletic team of Newton County. Pump fake, Richardson goes baseline, gonna flip it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell, pump fake, now he's gonna jab and put it on the floor. Goes behind the back, the double is there.
Watch the carry, please.
Ball is tipped on the pass, Mitchell couldn't get it. Note tipped it out, Note all the way. Mitchell played D and got fouled. He fouled him as he went up.
And that's also one of the reasons why you play some of these high-profile games, you know, in the pre-region, you know, season, is to find out, hey, we don't have LeCon any longer. We need somebody else to step up. And so as a coach, that way you can go back to the film, you know, come in, challenge one of your guys, and hopefully somebody's going to step in and fill that role as they, you know, go into the region play and hopefully make another state tourney run.
split the free throws for Note. And just to bring out the interesting point there you mentioned about the schedule, Liberty County, a very good team, but still a smaller county, smaller school. They're out on the coast. They're the next county next to Chatham County and Savannah. Their only other big-time game outside of their region, as Will Richardson cracks a 3, is going to be against Friendship Collegiate Academy out of Maryland, and that'll be here tomorrow. Outside of that, you're only probably looking at Long County in the county that's going to really push them. So they've got to get their work in over this weekend and then continue to get better as the season goes. Richardson again, a hoop.
Silky smooth, huh, Sly?
Silky smooth. But, and that's one thing. Well, one thing I think they're missing, me being the old football guy, one thing I think they're missing with LeCount is just a physical toughness that you bring from a football player. And a lot of the points that Newton is scoring, they're scoring around the basket. They're scoring garbage points underneath the basket. And just sometimes football players have a toughness that basketball players don't have. And, and I think that is what's hurting them tonight also. And one of the long list of things that's hurting them tonight.
I think they've got some solid role players. I think it's just a matter of, one of those guys just stepping up and meeting the challenge and saying, hey, there's a hole here. Let me go ahead and step into this role and be a little bit more physical. Whether it's a guy like, Tyler Thomas or, even a Derek Smoke could, step up, give them some points. So, whoever that is, you play 5 players at a time. Just because, one of your stars is missing doesn't mean that somebody else can't step into that role.
And the thing is, you don't know if you're going to get him either. Anyway, Dante Johnson with his first field goal. Just to update you guys now, that was a 7-0 little run, and all of that was Will Richardson, and he's hit with traveling. It was a 7-0 start to get them down to within 10. It's back up to 12 now, so still within striking distance is Liberty County. Newton into the forecourt. They're in the white, moving left to right, and that's Higgins going around that ball screen. Into the corner, pump fake now was Jones, and a foul. I'll set it for you. It's Isaiah Miller, J.D. Note, Ashton Higgins, Darvin Jones, and now Dante Johnson, the 5 on the floor for Newton. Inbound, underneath. Richardson couldn't guard him. Note off the window, good. His first field goal in the second half.
Another 2-footer.
And he gets the steal. That's the problem. You had too many leapers. Nobody knew who the alley hoop was going to.
Sharing and caring off the steal.
And another 2-footer. I mean, right there, 2 possessions. Don't have to do a lot of work offensively. You just make the easy ones.
Mitchell down the lane. Off the back, no good. Miller got the rebound. They're out and running. Here's Higgins. Stop. Jab step. Pulls the 3-ball. Kaboom.
No. This kid isn't in the 10th grade. Stop telling me that.
That's how you come out in transition and come out of the timeout. Higgins putting on a show. That's his 4th triple of the contest. Blocked from behind now. And you can tell Coach Stokes looking deeply on his bench. That's Keenan Taylor, a 6'6 sophomore, is in. But another lay-in by J.D. Note, and since Coach Rasmussen called that timeout at the 5:39 mark, a minute and 20 seconds later, it's an 11-0 run for the Newton Rams. Newton an 11-0 run after the timeout, Hemi. That's an effective timeout.
Again, I think it all starts on the defensive end. The energy that these guys bring. I mean, clearly they're talented offensively. I sound like a broken record right now, but these guys are up in the passing lane. They pressure the basketball. They do a good job on the defensive glass. And, look at this. Another deflection, another steal.
Note with the steal. Float to Isaiah Miller. Wonderful job by J.D. Note to get the steal, stay in bounds. Saw Isaiah Miller was coming and left it up there to him. There's a jumper good by Tyron Freeman. Tyron Freeman with the J. 21-point lead, and now a foul on Davion Mitchell. That'll be his 3rd. It is time for our assistant basketball coach instant replay, and you can see the great hustle from Note, and then he was able to throw it up there to Isaiah Miller, who finishes with the boom. 3:45 to go. Screen roll action. Layup off the glass, no good. Rebound is going to come down to Will Richardson. Richardson with the left-hand dribble. He waited on the trap and then threw a long pass over there, a turnover. I didn't like how he waited on the trap here and then the lazy one-hand, left-hand pass, a turnover.
You know, when you're playing a good defense, it'll make you do bad things. They force you into bad decisions, you know, because the other thing is you could put your head down and end up trapped, you know, 2 feet on the other side of the timeline.
J.D. Note putting on a clinic. He has 9 in the quarter on his 4 field goals, and he split a pair of free throws. It's a 23-point lead. Do you realize, guys, it was 48-38 just a moment ago? Richardson a long 3, no good. Rebound battled for underneath, out of bounds, and will go to Newton.
And Sly, to your point about, you know, the lack of offense or offensive movement, again, I credit Newton a lot on, you know, the way they play. They make it very – I've always said this. You know,
Euro step.
When I used to coach against, you know, Eddie Martin and Norcross and even Jesse McMillan later on, you know, against pressure, you can't run plays. You just have to make plays. And I think that's what we're seeing here tonight with Newton.
Like that right there, Hemi. That's an and one from Ashton Higgins, who came in, tipped the ball, it hit him in the head, went down his back, he saved it in front of the bench, went baseline and one. Ashton Higgins.
You don't run plays, you make plays.
There you go. And ball players are playmakers. That's our assistant basketball coach instant replay.
I'm trying to figure out, is Newton 7A or 6A?
Newton is 7A.
7A, okay. They're the big boys this year.
Well, they're in the yard with the big boys. The big boys is all over there in that region too.
In one region, but
yes, sir.
See, here's the thing.
I think it's them 3 and then Newton, quite frankly, and that's no knock on an improving McEachern squad.
But that's the thing with those guys all being old. When those guys all being in one region, they're gonna cannibalize each other.
Not when you get to the playoffs, man. You get each one goes in a quadrant. That could be a Final Four or 3 of the 4. And there's a long 3, good by Isaiah Miller. And another timeout call.
No, he's still a line violation.
Line violation, excuse me. I was checking down, looking in my book, pardon me.
And then the great thing about basketball now, we don't have to go down to Macon for the championship anymore.
I'm not a fan of that. I think it still should have been in the middle of the state. I know people complain about the facility, but I mean, Mercer University is then they got a fine facility. So you're going to make a team like Liberty County come all the way to either Athens or Georgia Tech, which are fine facilities and you're on college campuses. Nice move. Higgins down the lane, no good. Tip shot up on the offensive glass, Dante Johnson. Although Macon did drop the ball with the basket slash.
Well, I was going to say, Joel, you know, everybody knows once you go north of I-20, you know, you shoot 15-foot free throws.
That's a good one. and the sad thing about that, in 2015 they were incorrect as well.
Wow, I did not know that.
They were incorrect as well. I've been in enough gyms to know, and I was down there sitting on the floor, and I just said something's not right with that basket, and I left it alone. And then in the first game, the way the shot, I mean, you're not that nervous. Everything's coming up short. But, oh, well, it is what it is. That's a nice offensive rebound and put back good by Dante Johnson. He's got 6 points.
And everybody is just working right around the basket.
You guys, it is 73-43. It was 48-38 just moments ago. Coach Rasmussen called that timeout at 5:39. In the last
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
9 seconds, right?
Yes. They have blown it wide open. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell will walk it into the forecourt. And Newton really is playing on, you can tell they're playing a good opponent. They're in a big event. They have a lot of eyes on them. They don't want you to forget, hey, we're over here in Class 7 too.
And you know, that was they were basically for all the people who read all the reports about Wheeler, Pebblebrook, and Norcross being the top teams in the nation.
Don't forget Westlake. They're the defending champs.
And Westlake, you know, it's like people just slowly forgot all about Newton over there in Covington. And say, hey, you guys way out there on I-20, y'all just hang out.
Well, what has happened? I mean, the tandem of Higgins and Note last year, fabulous. They were great. Now you add in Isaiah Miller, who's one of the, if not the top unsigned senior in the state of Georgia. The trio of those guards, probably the top in the state. Now, there are better guards out there. Yeah. There might even be a better guard tandem out there. But those three together, they're just, we're seeing it firsthand here tonight. They can do it all. Defend, finish in transition, hit threes, handle the ball. Terrific.
My guy Gabriel Stovall, I haven't talked to him in a while, but now he writes, a Euro stepping down the lane, Ashton Hagens. He wrote a nice little preview in the Covington News about them, and he said, well, after the first and second game, he said it was scary, the chemistry that they had with Miller coming over from Eastside. Nice move there by Will Richardson. But it goes to the point, and I know it's a touchy subject, but when guys already have a chemistry and they play well together, that's what makes you want to play well. And you can tell the defense is on the string. They like to get out and run. They're offense turning into defense, and it's just fun. Yeah. And you can tell they're having fun right now.
Okay, I'm about to make some people mad right now, but
let's do it.
I mean, that's why Kevin Durant went to Golden State, is it not?
Yeah, that's what they say.
No comment.
And I'm not, and you know, the people that are upset about that, hey, get over it, man. It's basketball.
Look here, man. You don't go to a team that whipped you after you almost beat them.
Why not?
Fair point. But to Joel's point, it's fun when everybody's playing together, sharing the basketball, and there's something to be said about infrequency. And I think these guys are definitely on the same frequency, much like Durant and Curry and Clay and Draymond. They're all on the same frequency.
And I'm going to go ahead and put this in there to you, Sly, from the fan standpoint, and I'm speaking from your standpoint. I don't look at it standpoint. You could tell Westbrook and Durant did not have a true, pure chemistry. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So, you know, that's just how that is. There's Mitchell, a long three, no good. Offensive rebound, tip back is good. It's kind of like putting me in the mind of Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose.
There you go.
They couldn't mesh there. Well, Newton County blew that thing open from the 5:39 mark of the third quarter. We move to the fourth, 79-48. We'll have a shortened Mercy Rule 6-minute quarter. You're watching Holiday Hoopsgiving on SUVtv.
Powered by SUVtv.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do. But here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game when it's tight, when everything is going well, you hitting shots, but it gets to a certain point, which the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball.
We are in the Mercy Rule fourth quarter. What that means is we play 6 minutes. The lead is 30 or more, 79-48, a long three off the inbound. Haggins is no good. Rebound, tip for, got it underneath, pump fake up, Note, no. Note fighting for it with Will Richardson. Richardson gonna come away with it. Right now, Liberty County will have to play with some pride, but Newton is gonna keep the pedal to the metal. Down the lane, Isaiah Miller, oh my goodness.
Man, if he would've hit that.
If he would've hit that, he hit the layup. If he would've dunked that home, everybody in here might've left.
Get up and go home.
They just trapped him and stole it. Note gives it alley. They couldn't get the hoop to go right there. The three of them trying to work together. They're having fun. They're talking about this now. Miller up, no. Rebound, up fake, Note, no.
I like that. Who is that? Number 33? And he doesn't have his name. He's not in the book.
That's Oliphant. He was in the book. He was a late addition. Oliphant was in the book.
I like that. You're down by 30-something points. You got a team who are a bunch of high flyers, high dunkers, but he's still out there playing defense and playing defense hard. I like that.
Yeah, and Oliphant, quite frankly, now looking at his size, he might be the tallest player at about 6'5", add in the hair 6'6". So this is going to be a vital 5.5-minute stretch for him, just experience-wise.
And he's still going out there trying to smart shots. He's young. You can look in his face. Well, everybody looks young to me. Look at the face. But he's young, man. He might be a sophomore. I don't know. We don't have his stats on us. But I appreciate that.
Freshman, sophomore, yeah. He's not in the official media book. He was a late addition to the scorer's book. So here's Will Richardson. Richardson going to bounce it over. There's a 3-ball. Mitchell, good. Davion Mitchell, a 3 out of the right corner.
You know, right now is the time for players to show coach, hey, I'm going to keep on playing no matter what. And this is how you get your playing time. You know, true, you're getting whipped. They're getting molly whipped up and down the court. But now you can show your coach, hey, there's no quitting me. I'm still trying to play. I'm still trying to get some playing time for later on in the year. I like that.
What an incredible showcase opportunity here. I mean, we mentioned Bruce Pearl, front row. Head coach from Georgia Tech, Josh Passner, over there, front row. Coaches from Wake Forest. Also here in the building, not to mention the media outlets, Jerry Meyer from 24/7 Sports, Evan Daniels from Scout.com, as well as Sean Williams on the Radar Hoops, and, of course, our hoop scene friends, too, and the SUVtv, of course. So, I mean, when you add all of that up, I mean, what better, showcase opportunity can you have for some of these kids?
You forgot one outlet. CoachHemi.com is here.
CoachHemi.com is always in the book.
I love it. I love it. Here's a jump in there good by Richardson. Richardson has put in his work, 11 in the half, 22 in the game.
But, that's why we couldn't mention CoachHemi.com, because we can't say it's a big game and Coach Hemi's here. Coach Hemi's, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. I saw 2 6-year-olds outside shooting on the playground, and Hemi was giving scouting advice to them.
Boom, a 3-ball by Davion Mitchell.
Hey, we run some camps now, Coach Hemi Showcases, also a part of the Elite Basketball Academy, Brandon Clay, so watch plenty of basketball out there. But, hey, if it's a big-time high school hoops, I'll be up at Marshall County High School next weekend up in Benton, Kentucky. City of Palms after that, Hoop Hall in January, so get to see a lot of the top players in the country.
Long 3. This is when Hemi becomes my best text friend. He tells me it'll come in your inbox, and it surely does. My favorite time of the year, November, December, January, February, when you really get to see at the high school level what you get to see during the travel ball all the time. A long 3 by J.D. Note. Long lead pass up to Newton now, who has Tyrese Brown in, a young sophomore. And there's Miller again on the drive.
You know, a lot of times, like I said, in games like this, when they're blowouts like this, I like to watch other things besides the actual game. I like to watch the little games in the games. And this 33 Oliphant, he's up there swatting at everything. I don't care what comes in. He might not block it, he might not do anything, but he's contesting everything.
Can't contest that 3.
Can't contest that one.
There's some shot makers in this game now. The defense might have dropped down a level, but, boy, these kids they're shooting lights out right now.
They're shooting lights out. They're getting easy dunks. They're just putting on a clinic. 98-62 in a Mercy Rouge shortened game. Kick it back out. There goes Haggerty. A long 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound is going to come down now to Colby Rogers. Oh, I was about to tell him to slide down, but they got wholesale substitutions in.
They're bringing in everybody. Hey, Coach, I want to play too. Send me in.
Miller in. 100-62. My kind of basketball.
What did I tell? I told Marcus the game before this, I said I want to make sure all the lights on the scoreboard are working.
Haggerty's 3, no good. Rebound come down to J.D. Note. Let's see if Coach Rasmussen calls a timeout. He will, and that will be it for this group right there. Wholesale substitutions as they go to the bench for the final 150. So when do they take their starters out? When they hit the yardstick. 100-62, 150 to go. Coming up next right here, SUVtv, the gym will stay packed. It'll be the Norcross Blue Devils and the Green Forest Eagles. And Green Forest in this event last year, well, they put the wood on Norcross, quite frankly. So that's coming up next right here on the SUVtv.com. The Holiday Hoopsgiving event. Glad that you are with us. I'm Joe Hillsman alongside Jonathan Hemingway and Sylvester Williams.
That ain't fair.
Yeah, now, I mean, that's just the way the brackets are. Please don't get me into that. I don't want to get into bracket talk. You've got the football brackets. I mean, the brackets for football are the same for basketball, and it just causes an imbalance because it's slated to football and it don't factor in basketball, and then when it's kind of factoring in basketball, it don't factor in football, and then they throw in lacrosse. Each sport should be seated differently, and that's just my take on it. But they don't want to do that work because it's just high school. But when you got schools like this performing at this level, Georgia has 5 teams in the Max Preps top 25, and excuse me, it's about damn time we get some respect down here in Georgia for the basketball that's played. Now here goes Richardson down the lane, a layup. No, they call it on the floor. And Hemi gets to go everywhere. You know, I cover the Southeast for football and get to watch a lot of basketball. And the basketball that Georgia puts out, men's and women's, girls and boys, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. What do we have? We're just blowing whistles now.
You know, compared to that last game where we had over 30-something fouls called in the first half, this game's been pretty much foul-free, been a nice free-flowing game. But compared to that last one in Osmar Christian and Cannon School, oh, my goodness. I've never seen so many fouls called.
Free throw is up and good for Will Richardson, who now you got to say he has not quit at all.
No. He's still pulling that trigger and looking silky smooth all the way out there.
25-26 now for Will Richardson, a junior in 6'4".
Floppy sideshow bob haircut.
Some good ball, man, some good ball. And this Liberty County team, they're going to grow up. They're going to remember this loss. There's a deep three. Off, no good. Rebound, skied in there. Tyler Glover tried to pull it down. He couldn't get it.
Another guy just comes in and plays. Can everybody in? What's in the water down there in Liberty? I mean, in Newton. What's over there in Covington, man?
I don't know. Mitchell, a three. He stroked it in.
They got some special jump juice out there in Covington. I need to move out to Covington.
100-68. We go under a minute now. And there he is turning. Shot up. Hagen's no good. Rebound going to be ripped down there by DeAndre Samuel. Samuel's big body came in there. Richardson corrals it. It's a 33-point game, but it doesn't feel like that. But it has been very, very entertaining.
You know, they have number 11, Tyler Glover, listed at 5'9". If he's 5'9", I'm 6'2". But he is a high flyer himself. I mean, he's a little man. Got up there, got up on top of the backboard trying to block the shot. Man, everybody in Newton can jump.
There's a free throw good. I just thought about what you said, late reaction, what's in the water in Covington. Like you say, out there on 20s, certain people don't go past certain marks.
Yeah.
And you find out some stuff. It's just interesting growth of basketball just in the South all together. There's a free throw good. We just saw the team from Florida coming here, and there's multiple teams here. We'll get to see IMG in our nightcap tonight. So I absolutely love it. Bounces it over now, and here is Eric Braunack getting his run, and then easy layup and score.
The last time I went down 20, I was going down to Morgan County to watch a guy named Tukey.
And Morgan County's going to come back, man, really good. They got Alec down there who's going to play well. Easy drop lay off there by Keenan Taylor.
He's doing big things. Oh, my goodness. He just went through the lane.
Ashton Hagen's a slam dunk.
He's down at Georgia Southern doing nice things for Georgia Southern.
Come away with it. Another steal. Here comes Glover. Glover gives it up. The dunk is missed. Glover's going to try to get the last shot off. Doesn't make it, and that is the final. Newton, 104-71 over Liberty County. And quite frankly, Newton made a statement in front of a nice crowd, in front of a big event, and a lot of coaches as we railed off those guys to you. Final score, it is Newton 104 and Liberty County 71. More holiday Hoopsgiving coming up here on the SUVtv. Stay tuned. It is Green Forest and Norcross coming up next.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my my move, gonna live my dream.